We're at the South Carolina Water Resources Conference in Columbia, South Carolina, and I'm here with Dr. George Askew. He is the Vice President for Public Service and Agriculture, and I want to thank you for joining us today.
Happy to be here, Donna.
This has been a very exciting and optimistic conference. I'm wondering from your perspective, what is the importance of a conference like this to Clemson University and other academic communities?
Well, Clemson University, of course, is a land-grant university, so our responsibility is statewide with regard to research, education, outreach, and having the diversity of groups that are here today are very important to us. We have stakeholders from agencies, we have stakeholders from the community, we have stakeholders from other universities. This whole collective group of people are all important to contribute back to make sure the statewide effort is successful.
And in terms of the university's role with natural resources issues in general?
Well, of course, Clemson University's public service and agriculture, as well as our colleges, are all involved in a variety of natural resource issues, from water quality to water quantity to water policy. We're involved in watershed management of the forest and the urban areas, water quality from stormwater aspects. So all this kind of combines together to make sure that water which flows throughout our state is where it is when we know it, how much we have, what's going into it, where we need to clean it, and then how we use it.
And when I was at the agriculture conference, I believe it was this past January, it was amazing the number of technological innovations that were coming to the surface at that time that the farming community and the farmers were using to ensure that their crops were being watered properly and were doing what they needed to be doing. And I'm wondering, in the water resources area, what do we have going on at Clemson related to technological innovations?
Quite a few things, in particular our intelligent farm and our intelligent forest projects and our precision agriculture. With regard to agriculture, down at our Edisto station, we're doing quite a bit of work on improving equipment we use to monitor what water we need on our crops and where we need it, how we put it out very carefully. So the idea is to put just the amount of water you want, where you want it, when you need it. So that way you're conserving water, which reduces your cost, but you're also not having water run off, which would carry off soil or other things we don't want to go back into the system. In the intelligent forest, it's important to understand what the forest needs for water, how much it draws up out of the groundwater system, the purity and the quality and quantity that's coming out of the forest for us to use in our urban areas, and then so we can manage our forest accordingly to maximize the water yielding capacity.
Do you have any sense what all of this means for the economy of the state?
Well, I think in a very broad sense it means people would want to come here and build their businesses because we understand resources we could guarantee to them. If somebody wants to build any type of company here that requires water in a certain location in a certain amount of a certain quality, they want that assurance before they come here. So understanding what we have to offer, giving them the assurance we're managing it properly and can continue that flow for them will be very attractive to people coming here.
It will make a big difference, I am sure, for the people that are recruiting new industry and new agriculture or industry of any sort.
And also retaining what we have. Agriculture is
Right.
a huge business in South Clemson, about almost $35 billion by our last survey, and it's growing. And to keep people in that business, we have to also assure them that's a good investment to stay in South Carolina.
And the thing that to me was very interesting over the last couple of days here at the water conference are the numbers of people that are coming from so many different perspectives, even from tourism, from the hospitality businesses, as well as those from the scientific community and agriculture, as you say. And then of course we just finished that session with a number of different stakeholders from the environmental community.
I think everybody's beginning to realize that we're all in this game together. It's not any one person's responsibility, it's everybody's responsibility. And the nice thing about South Carolina is we really are ahead of the curve. We don't have the issues as critical as they have in other parts of the country, other parts of the world. So I think if we begin treating water as a scarce resource before it's scarce, we have an opportunity maybe to not make it scarce in the future.
And the one thing that I have sensed over time, particularly in terms of the water resources, that we in the past were in our individual silos, and now it seems like we're not going to be able to build a silo that's large enough to hold us all.
And that's correct. It does flow in. It comes from the north and travels through the state and goes out on the south, and so people above us we are concerned to make sure they understand our needs, we understand their needs, and the people below us, same thing. So, like I say, we're all in this together, and no one group will solve it, and we all need to understand it.
And from your perspective as well, in terms of the issues that are looming on the horizon, are there specific areas that you want to ensure that we are addressing over the next decade?
I just think it's really important as a university that we continue to be very objective in our science, and that those people that have to form regulations and pass laws and methods of use have very accurate and comprehensive, timely information that they can rely on, so that we're making wise decisions and we're planning wisely into the future. That's what the land-grant university system really needs to do.
And what does this mean in terms of opportunities for our state?
Well, I think for regard to Clemson specifically, it means we have a chance to partner with our other agencies, we have a chance to partner with our conservation organizations, our other user groups. Statewide, it means that by having all of us working together, that we can set an example for other states. We can be very attractive to people that want to live here, that want to work here, and the people that want to grow the economy here.
Since the first time that I attended one of these water conferences, every year I've thought it was a great success. After today, after going through most of the conference, there seems to be no question that this is the biggest and the best of the water conferences. What's the future for the water conference?
I think the future is to do what Dr. Ives wants everybody to do, to fill out their survey forms and what they like, what they think is missing. But I think the most important thing is as it grows, it's growing because people realize we are all in this together, and he's taken the opportunity to bring everybody in. We have legislators, we have regulators, we have users, we have conservation organizations, we have universities, so everybody gets to express their own unbiased opinions, and sometimes they're biased opinions. We get to talk to each other, we get to understand each other's perspectives, whether our limitations and our responsibilities, and that helps everybody in the planning process. So I think it's going to grow. I'm sure in the future we're going to have to get a bigger venue to put it in, and I think the future is very bright for water in South Carolina.
Well, Dr. George Askew, I want to thank you for being with us today and taking time out of your busy schedule, and hope we'll be talking about this for many years to come.
Well, you're welcome. It's been my pleasure.
I've been speaking with Dr. George Askew. He is Vice President for Public Service and Agriculture at Clemson University. For the Jim Self Center on the Future, I'm Donna London.